I'm Steve Newman and welcome to Intection. Today we're going to be talking about an ion Bluetooth audio cassette adapter for legacy devices. Welcome back. Hi. So today we're going to be talking about this cassette adapter manufactured by Ion. It's $29.95 in English money on Amazon Prime. I haven't seen it anywhere else cheaper, and it's the only one of its kind. It's different to the varieties where you have a cabled connection into your phone or device. This one is fully wireless using Bluetooth. The device itself doesn't come in any smart packaging, and I've been using this for a few weeks now, so I thought I'd give you a few impressions because there's not much you can say about this in a review. So let's quickly talk about the device. So first of all, it uses a standard cassette as you'd expect, so it can work inside. It's a standard cassette. It even feels the same quality as an old cassette adapter. The device itself has an onboard battery which is, according to the manufacturer, will last for 4 hours. And the only controls on the device are all on one end. Now, if we look at this end of the device, you have a USB charging port. You have an on-off switch, which is although it has auto on off, this will enable you to force it so it doesn't come on accidentally. And there is a tiny hole here, which is where there's a blue light there to indicate the Bluetooth connectivity. The other parts of this device is you have a little door at the top. So just here, there's a door, and if you open this door, in there is a small cable you can pull out, and on the end of the cable is a microphone, and I can see, if you can see this, there is a small button on it, so you can press this button to answer a call. Okay, now the reason we have this strange setup is because we don't know which cassette system this will be plugged into, so we need a way of getting the microphone on the outside of the device so you can have hands-free calls. So it's a really neat idea, and it does work. It works very well. Now, if you look at the door, the top of the door here, so what you have are two notches in the plastic, and that's so you can route the cable as a guide either through one notch or the other notch, depending on how your car stereo accepts cassettes. So for example, some you would place in this way, so that this fascia is pointing out, and some go in endways, so this corner is facing out, and this accommodates both kinds. So if it was the variety where you put them in facing forward, it can sit out there, and so forth. If we change the layout, it can sit this way. Okay, so that's the purpose of that. I must say, it does sound very tinny as far as not audio quality, but it doesn't feel very substantial, this button. I can't find a use for it, because usually you've paired this to a device like a phone, in which case if you're going to answer the call, you probably would press the button on the phone. But I guess if someone could think of a reason to have that button, fair enough. Okay, so I guess it was so they could have the ability to say that they have more features than they do. Right, so let's talk a bit about this. So first impressions. Easy to pair. So when you first get the device, you switch it on, search for it, it comes up as cassette on your Bluetooth on your phone, and it will just work. It just pairs, there's no need to type anything in. Okay. Secondly, it has auto power off. So even when you turn this off, once it's in the off position and it has been paired with a device, when you insert this into your car cassette adapter, it will power itself on as soon as the wheels start turning. So it will power itself on, and then you'll be able to use it. And So it's very, very convenient. And equally, when you finish with it and eject it, the wheels stop turning, so therefore it powers itself down. So it's very, very good. Audio quality. I've used a number of wireless devices in the past, usually the Wi-Fi variety, the radio variety, where you tune your car stereo into it. And one of the negative sides of using those is that a person driving close enough to your car could overhear your private telephone conversations if you're not just listening to music. So if you take a call via a car, a radio transmitter that your car is tuned into, then of course anyone with an equal radio will be able to hear your conversation. So not very good. This obviously prevents that. It's all Bluetooth, it's encrypted, and the sound is protected from eavesdropping. So that's good. So the other side of this is sound quality. Now, I've used this for a couple of weeks and I'm very impressed. There is a improvement over these radio transmitter devices that I've used. Of course, you're not going to get CD quality, but it's very, very good quality sound. It certainly is in my car. I'm sure it depends on your cassette machine, whether it's clean, all that kind of things. But ultimately, in my car, which is a 12-year-old car, the audio quality is excellent. Really impressed with this. And battery life, the manufacturer says it's 4 hours, and I've used it I've never exhausted it yet, but then again, I haven't sat in the car for 4 hours. So I've used it probably on a couple of trips for 3 hours without recharging it. Very good. Only negatives. The only negatives I've got with this device is, well, two. One, you have no way of knowing when you have charged the device. There's no indicator on the device, so you need to plug it into a USB source, and it will for a period of time, and it should charge, but you don't know when it's finished. And the last one, which is probably the most important negative, if you like, is the fact if you can hear how rattly it is. Now, yes, cassettes had to be rattly in the past because it reduced the friction, it enabled them to move from reel to reel. However, the wheels are only moving just so that the player thinks there's a cassette in there. So they could have done something to reduce the rattle. So it depends on your car stereo, but every now and again you hear a little noise as the gears and the friction in here adjust, so you hear little clicks now and again. Now, it's not a big deal because usually you've got your music up loud or whatever, but just to let you know that you will get that kind of thing. That's perfectly normal because this is based on a real cassette. So that's it really. The only thing I would say is be very careful when you use this to make sure that you close this door properly. You don't catch the cable. If this door isn't flush, you could jam this in your cassette player and it would be a very tricky thing to get out. So just make sure before you use it that you have put this in properly. But that's it. Nothing much more to say about this. So if you have any questions or comments, please put some below in the comments, and it would be really good if you could subscribe to this video channel because it does help. Again, I have no affiliation to Ion or any of the products that I review. I have to pay for these myself, and these are real world reviews. So once again, thank you very much for watching my channel.